Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. It is your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing details. In 1996, Chronoswiss launched the Opus, which was the first widely available full skeleton chronograph watch. In 2021, the reborn Chronoswiss brand, now based out of Lucerne, Switzerland, launched this homage to its own classic. This is the modern-day Chronoswiss Opus, 2021 to the present. The watch channels the best of the past with a few substantial upgrades. So it's 41 millimeters in diameter in stainless steel. It's 15.3 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, 50.4 millimeters with a 21 millimeter spacing between the lugs. We'll zoom out a little bit, put this watch on my wrist. My wrist is 16 centimeters circumference. To be honest, I believe you need a wrist of my size or larger to wear this. The lugs don't protrude beyond the end of my wrist, but you can see they're getting awfully close. The timepiece is thick, though maybe not outrageously so. It looks thicker than it is because the case is so vertical, sheer, and cylindrical, but it should fit underneath most jacket sleeves. The strap is comfortable. The weighting of the watch top to bottom is nice and even thanks to the use of a hefty deployant clasp. You can see the profile over the top one more time. Taking a quick look. This is where the watch diverges a bit from historical precedent. It's a lot sportier. We have this vulcanized rubber strap which conforms to the end and mates with the case in such a fashion that there's no visible gap for a nice integrated look. The watch is also 100 meters water resistant, which means that there is quite a bit of swimmable potential in this watch. The clasp also feels like one you would find on a sports watch, not necessarily a dress watch. It is very robust, made of thick gauge steel. You can see it has a combination of media blasting and polishing. And then there are twin triggers that ensure it won't pop open by accident. You must press both of the triggers to pop this open. Taking a quick look at the clasp itself, we're going to open this up a little bit. You can see that it has a crimping and clasping system. So you tuck the strap through and then you snap shut, and now it is locked in place within the clasp, so it's absolutely not going to slip. You can see externally the clasp has been satinated and polished for a handsome contrast, and it feels very robust in the hand. And taking a quick look at the watch, it's very similar to the original. The timepiece has the coined bezel, the coined case back. It has the vertical satination from the lug profiles all the way through the mid case. The hoods of the lugs are polished, and then you can see that we have straps held on using screws and bars, which is a nice old school way of fixing a strap to a case. Very secure, far more than a spring bar. We have Tasti Tondi style, Patek inspired, fluted and rounded pusher crowns, and then we have the onion style crown that's been emblematic of Chronoswiss for a very long time, since the GR Lang era, and of course he is the father of Chronoswiss back in 1983. He remains a friend of the brand and advisor to this day. The dial is blue, but mostly not. And by that, I mean most of the dial has been evacuated so that you can see the movement that sits within. Of course, Chronoswiss calls this the caliber 741S for Skelett. It is a ETA Valjoux 7750 with unidirectional automatic winding capability, a 46-hour power reserve. It has a hacking seconds function, and it has an unusual combination of a pointer-style date, and then there is a quickset mechanism so you can operate that pointer-style date in rapid fashion. It beats away at 4 hertz, and it pivots on 25 joules. Now, when you turn it over, you get a better sense of how it's been skeletonized. You can see that this is a cam lateral clutch chronograph, and the bridges are opened using a bridges and plate, I should say, using a pantograph method, which means a mimicry engine takes a large template that features all of the cutouts to be wrought on the movement, and then a mechanical mechanism transcribes those patterns onto a much smaller set of brass blanks that become the bridges and plates. As a result, you have an open, airy, and visible movement that's an absolute pleasure for the eyes. I'll stop the balance real quick. You can see that a high-grade balance is used. When you see those splayed spokes instead of straight bar spokes, you know you're looking at the top or chronometer grade of a 7750. We have different textures, tones, and finishes. We have black, we have silver, we have violet, we have blue, we have gold. It's quite attractive. Open, airy, and visible. And then on the dial side, this is one of the few skeleton watches that is not challenging to read, as we have a combination of plainly legible sub-registers, as well as white varnished hands, white and red varnished hands at center that are easy to read against the backdrop. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. And just keep in mind that this is the modern and reborn Chronoswiss out of their new manufacture in Lucerne.